Hey guys, assalamu alaikum, Sam here. Today I wanted to mix things up a little bit, and I apologize in advance if you can't hear me because of the traffic, because I am parked right next to the road, and I like to do videos in my car, and it's nice today, and it's been cold, so I was taking advantage of the weather. So I'll try to speak louder for you. Usually, well, not usually, but most of the time, I should say, I post a lot of videos or content pertaining to Islam because I'm Muslim. And so obviously personal experiences or understandings that I have would be that of a Muslim or a new Muslim. If I'm still unaware of some things, you would think though after about 10 years that I have a good understanding of what I'm following. But anywho's, so I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, for moms or women or what have you. One of them is a hair wrapping group. And now I say hair wrapping because this is not a hijab group. This is not for Muslim women only. There is a very wide range of non-Muslim women that are in this group and that cover their hair regularly. I love it. The styles, the turbans, oh my God, beautiful, amazing stuff, seriously. And they all do it for different reasons, religious, cultural, just modesty in general, personal, preference. But my point was, I saw a post that I wanted to talk about because this is a good perspective for people to see, to understand the modesty of covering your hair in general. She was telling a story in the group about how she always, covers when she goes to work. And one day, just that's not what happened. I don't know if she was Russian or wasn't feeling it. I have no idea. It's her prerogative and her situation. But anywho's, she gets to work, no scarf, no head wrap. And the responses and reactions that she's getting in her workplace are just extremely inappropriate because she talks about how sexualized people have made her hair, and she also talked about that being the reason that a lot of women cover their hair is because it is their personal choice and decision as to whether or not you sexualize them or fetishize them or whatever. So if I'm covering it, you don't get to see it. Whatever your imagination does is not my problem, but you're not going to walk up to me and touch my hair, which it happened to her. A man actually said that he just missed it, reached out and touched her hair. I would have smacked the butt crack off of that man. Oh my God, assault, because you just assaulted me, you sexually harassed me because you fetishized my hair and then put your hands on it. I would have been livid. And then another co-worker of hers, a woman, said that her husband prefers her hair down versus being covered. You wasn't mad at him for saying that to you? You didn't check him for acknowledging him fantasizing about this woman's hair or anything like that? That wasn't weird to you? And then on top of that, you portrayed the message to her. You trying to get her to hop in on a three-way thing? Is that you was down to clown? It was so offensive coming from a man, but then for a woman to receive it and then share it that was not creepy. It's extremely creepy. So she was, talking about that in her story and ended it with, well, they'll have a surprise coming tomorrow because I will have the most biggest flamboyant, colorful crown that they have ever seen. And I'm so here for it, sis. If you see this video and you know that I'm talking about your story that I shared, I thought I was pretty good to not give away any personal information or so nobody can find you and bother you. But if you see this, I want to see that crown, girl. I want to see what you walked in there wearing so they knew not to touch you or mess with you or your hair. I love it so much. But yeah, I wanted to share this story in particular because I think it's important for Muslims and non-Muslims to understand the value of modesty and the purpose of the scarf for other reasons outside of Islam. It's it's not just about pleasing God. I mean, yeah, it's a big part of it. It's why I started covering. But I can tell you from some personal examples in my life that I don't like interacting with human beings in public to begin with. And then when I have my hair out, I'm more inclined to fight people. Because for some reason, when women don't hide themselves, men think they're throwing themselves at them. And that's not what's happening. Like, you see construction men catcalling women walking down the street, you know, in movies and stuff. And that's actually realistic, because that's really how women get treated, like a toy, like property, like a thing that is for entertainment. And I know that I get a lot of complaints about my arms, because I wear short sleeve shirts sometimes because I work in a factory and it gets hot. And now I've just become accustomed to wearing my t-shirts with my hijab, and I'm aware that you don't agree with that, and that's fine with me, because these are my arms, and I'm never gonna not want to wear my scarf. And I don't think that it's right for any Muslim or non-Muslim to tell me that either I cover my arms or I take my scarf off. There's no middle. No, there's life. There's the options that Allah gave me, and this is what I choose to do. And I could even tell you, I know that I don't want to be uncovered, because when I was married, it was about 3 years into our marriage, we'd actually separated for about 4 months. I don't know if I've talked about this publicly or not yet. I can't remember, to be honest. I know friends know. But yeah, so we were separated for a while, and I was staying with my mom's ex-husband, and because my little brothers were living with him. So, you know, I was staying there trying to get my life together and going to work. And I won't lie, the peer pressure of every person around me telling me that I only wore my scarf for my husband and I wasn't with him anymore and I needed to get out of my oppressive whatever, that got to me a little bit. And I did wonder, did I ever wear this for myself? Like, yeah, I converted before I married him, technically broke up with him a couple times after, and still chose to inevitably marry him. So I thought from the beginning that it was for me, but now I just have all this doubt, right? So I did a dumb thing. I went to work with no scarf. It baffled everybody, amazed everybody. Every man in the employment of my employer commented, oogled, whatever the case might be. There was notice, except for, I'll give you one exemption, my store manager. I was working at Sears. I think his name was Dan. And he was such a friendly man. And when I tell you, of everybody in the planet, not once did he acknowledge me taking my scarf off, or when I eventually put it back on, because I hated it. I did not like how I experienced the world without my scarf. This is mine. This is what I need. This is for me. I'm not wearing this for anybody else. And honestly, I don't regret that point in my life, because of the fact that I experienced that. I know for certain that I wear my scarf for me. It's not for anybody else. It's not because I'm forced to or I feel obligated to. No, I feel obligated to out of my own personal wants. I want to do this for God, but I want to do this for myself. So it's like, it's really, you have to open your minds to different perspectives and understandings. Like, police are supposed to be trained to look into crimes and the motives, and then that's how you find the criminal at large that did said crime. I have my motives for wearing my scarf. This is my protection. This is your protection. This is the best reminder that I get every day that I need to forgive more than I revenge, among other things. I could tone down my cussing. I could dress a little more modesty along with my hijab. There are a lot of things that I could change, because it doesn't really make sense when you mesh all of me together. But this is still me. And Allah didn't say that I have to take my scarf off because I'm not doing other things good enough. And I thought that was a really important message to send today as well. Especially during Ramadan, to my Muslims, we need to be more accepting, more forgiving, less assuming, more supportive. If you see a new Muslim and you come at them about their lack of modesty or their lack of practice from what you can see on the outside, you're not helping Islam. You're not getting blessings or benefits in Jannah from Allah. You're not it's not positivity you're pushing in the world, man. You're pushing people away. You're gonna scare them. You're gonna make them think it's too hard. Allah makes it easy for us, always. That's what Islam is about. All of these rules or guidelines or regulations, or it's a lifestyle. You do things a certain way because this is good for you for these reasons. It's never one reason. Everything has so many benefits. Do some research and judge a little less, or open your mind, take some time, ask some questions, and see if somebody wants to share their story with you. It might blow your mind. I see two really large men walking in the parking lot. I'm gonna go back in my apartment and get ready for work. But I hope you guys enjoyed the message that I sent today, and I hope you understand that when I come to you guys, I'm never coming at you. I just want to talk with you about things that I think that we could be fixing in this world of chaos. I love you. I appreciate your patience and your loyalty and support. You keep watching, and you keep, oh my God, some of the stuff you guys say to me, it keeps me going every day. But I won't get sappy. I have to get ready for work. Thank you. Like, subscribe, notification button, all that good stuff. And we'll talk soon. Assalamu alaikum.